Hello and welcome to Learn with Indrjeet. This is another video in the series of videos titled Building a To-Do Management System Application in the latest .NET 8 framework from Microsoft. In this series of videos, we are building together a very simple to-do management application for learning purposes. Please note, this application is not production ready and we are building it together to learn different concepts. In the previous video, which was part 3 of implementing identity, we implemented refresh token functionality from start to finish and also created a login endpoint in the auth controller to allow user to log in into the API using valid credentials. If you haven't watched that video, please go ahead and watch that too. In this video, which is part 4 of implementing identity, we are going to implement logic to get a new JWT token once it expires using a valid refresh token. Along with that, we'll put in data annotations on the register DTO and the login DTO so that we can use them in future to create register and login pages into the front-end application. So it is going to be very informative and exciting. Please watch it till end, and if you find this video useful, please give it a thumbs up. I am very excited to dive in, but before that, I would like to thank all the viewers that have subscribed to my channel. Thank you so much. If you are new to this channel and haven't already subscribed, please do that and also hit that notification bell so you never miss out on the latest content. Let's get started. So let's go ahead and implement a functionality to get a refreshed JWT token once it expires. So let's see what happens when the JWT token expires. So let me just set 1 minute. Currently we have set access token expiry to be 30 minutes, but let's change it to 1 minute and see what happens when the token expires, and then we'll be building a logic to get a new JWT token once it expires using the refresh token. Okay, so let it start. And yeah, okay, so we'll log in with the test user2 username. Let's try that out. So test user2 at gmail.com is the user, and abcd #123 is the password. Let's execute that. It returns a valid JWT token. Let me copy this whole JWT token VM to here, and let's copy this JWT to authenticate the user in Swagger. So we'll have to do it like quick because the expiry is only 1 minute. So let's try a secured controller. So here we have 200 OK because the token is not has not expired yet. So once the token expires, we want to have a controller endpoint which we can use to get a new JWT token. We'll do that here. In the auth service, we want to have a function. So let me collapse all these. Control MO is the shortcut to collapse all. So we'll be generating a new method over here, and then we'll see. Okay, so let's go back. I think now the token should not be valid because yes, it is now expired. It is showing us 401 status code. 401 is for unauthorized, and if you can see here, is token expired header is set to yes. So if you remember, in one of our previous videos we handled the on authentication failed event of JWT bearer events, and we added this header to the response. So why is it showing a suggestion? Okay, let's do this. So try add, because this response headers is a dictionary. Okay, so save all. Let's stop the application and start implementing the function for getting the refreshed token. So starting from here, let's do a control D, refresh JWT token, and it will take JWT token view model as a parameter, and let's name it like this with a small m, and let's implement this interface here and see if we have this guy on the clipboard. So yes, this guy. Okay, let me take you through line by line. So this refresh JWT token receives a JWT token VM with an expired JWT token in it. We are checking if it is null, or if the JWT token itself is empty, or the refresh token is empty. So if and in any of these cases we are returning an error saying invalid input. Else we are trying to get the principal from JWT token. So for this, let's implement it in a new function here, and we have this on the clipboard too. So instead of you seeing me writing all these, let me just explain this. Let me just change this line and then I'll take you through, because this says if we have more than one audiences of a JWT, we can specify their name in this property, audiences property, with comma separated strings. Okay, and if that is the case, we can use this thing. Like here we are splitting the comma separated string to make a list, and the valid audiences accepts a enumerable of strings. So that is not the case here. So let me duplicate this line, comment this, and there is another property which says valid audience. So it takes only one string. So we want only the audience property, right? So get principal from JWT token. Here we are configuring some token validation parameters where we are saying clock skew is 0. Issuer signing key is to be taken from JWT signing key property, that is here, this one. And then we want to validate the issuer signing key. Valid issuer is whatever is specified in JWT settings, in the app settings here. Same with the case with audience. And we don't want to validate the lifetime this time, because we are already passing an expired JWT here, right? Next, we want to get hold of a token handler and then validate the token. When we validate the token, it returns us the validated token as an output parameter. Then we use this output parameter just to check if the algorithm that is used here is HMAX SHA-52 or not. Okay, so in program CS we have specified the algo. We have specified the algo here where we are generating the access token here. See, so in the returning token also we are trying to match this, the algorithm, and we are checking if the token is null. So if that is if that is the case, we are throwing a security token expired notification. Otherwise we are returning the principal. So with this principal here, we are getting the username, and then we check for the username. If this is empty, we say username is required. Otherwise we use this username to get the existing user using user manager.find by name async. And if the user if the existing user is null, like if there is no user with that username, we are returning user not found. Then we are checking if the account is locked out. If it is, we are saying account locked out. Otherwise we are trying to get the refresh token from database using the existing user ID. We created this function in one of the previous videos where it uses the user ID to fetch the refresh token. And with this, in this refresh token, we are checking if the date time dot UTC now is greater than the expires UTC. So if it is, that means the token, the refresh token has also expired, right? Otherwise we are generating claims identity, then JWT token, and returning the newly created JWT token in the token view model, right? So this way we are using the refresh token to get a new JWT token in case the JWT token expires. Now let's use this method in the auth controller function, in the auth controller, to create an endpoint. Okay, so I have that on the clipboard here. Okay, so this is kind of a simple thing. The refresh JWT token endpoint accepts the token view model with an expired JWT from the request body. We are checking if it is null or the JWT token is not there or the refresh token is not there. We are returning bad request. Otherwise we are using refresh JWT token to get a new view model with a new JWT in it. And then if JWT token VM or the token is empty, we are again returning a bad request. Otherwise we return OK. So the functionality is completed. Now let us see. So let's start the application and see all this in action. Now because we have this view model with an expired JWT but the refresh token is valid, let's use this to get a new refresh token. Okay, get a new JWT token. So let's paste it here and let's execute, and here we have a new JWT token. Let's use it to authorize the user and hit the secured controller, and here we have a 200 OK, right? Once again, let this token expire for 1 minute. Let's wait for 1 minute, and in the meantime let me, okay, we want to open the register DTO and put in some data annotations over here, because we are going to use this in the front end application to create the sign in and sign up forms like register forms and the login. We want to put in some data annotations here also, right? Let's go back and check if the token has expired. Yes, so this token has now expired. Let's go ahead and use this token to get a refresh token. So let me replace this older one with the new expired one, which we just used to authorize the user, and let's get a new JWT. So here we have a new one, and let's copy this to authorize the user again. Log out, authorize, and this time we should get the response. So now we have an endpoint in the controller to get new JWTs if it expires using the refresh token. Okay, next we'll implement the data annotations on this register DTO, because we are going to use it in the front end application in a subsequent video. So let's put in some data annotations. So let me stop the application, and here we want to put in required with error message. Error message is equal to so this placeholder, the first one, is for the username property or whatever there is in display name, and we are saying this is required. One thing. Second is let's put in a display name. So the display name should be user name with a space, or let's put in a string length property to string, sorry, so the string length should be 128, and the error message should be that this property, the username, can be this much characters only. So it says username can be 128 characters only, right? So for the password is required, of course, and no need to put in a display name over password because it is already good. And the length one property that is very important here is data type. Data type is enumerable data type dot password. Okay, and let's put in a string length over here, and we have specified passwords to be like a minimum of 8. Let's put in only the max length. Okay, so this can only be this much characters only. Okay, now let's go ahead and put some decorations over email. So one is that it is required. So email is required. The length should be 128, same as the length of username, because yes, we are using the same. So this is email, and we want to have a regular expression. So here is the regex. So regular expression, see, I have taken this regex from internet, and this is one of my like tested regexes, and we are saying if this the email is not matching with this regular expression, we are saying enter a valid email ID. Okay, next is for phone number. So the phone number is required, one thing, this guy is required, and the display name should be phone number. Like that. Then we have the max length. So string length should be, let's restrict the user to put in only 10 characters here. So this message will say phone number can be 10 characters only. 10 characters. 10 characters maximum. Yes, let's put in a max over here, max, right? Okay, and a regular expression for this one too. Regular expression. Here we'll go the regular expression and the like so. So it says enter a valid 10-digit phone number. So phone number can be 10 numbers, 10 numerics maximum. Okay. Right. In the password, we have set a max length. Let's set a minimum length also. So here we can say minimum length, min length is equal to 8. Why is it not happy? Because okay, this is why. So we have, sorry, this will not be there, and we'll have is minimum length like so. Okay, so along with the max length we can specify the minimum length too. So this is the length we specified here in password settings. See, password required length is 8. So using this register DTO will force the user to enter at least 8 and at max 32 characters with alphanumerics and all. Okay, fine. So with the name it will be okay. Let's not put in these validations for the username because we are using email as a username, so no need to put in any data annotations over username. Let's put these for the name. So the name is required and no need to put in a display name. Name is required. Name can be 128 characters max. That's fine. Profile image, it is not required, but let's put in a max length of 64 and let's leave the role alone. For the password we have done, and we are not using a confirm password over here, so let's put in a confirm password for the UI. Okay, so let it be here. So confirm password, and the data type would be password. This would be required, and the string length would be maximum 32, minimum 8. That's fine. But one more thing will be here, that is a compare data annotation. So compare, it says other property, and the other property is sorry, not on the password, we want to have it on the confirm password, and this is the other property, and then the error message. Okay, password and confirm password must match, right? Anything else? Nothing. Okay, so we have a password and a confirm password with compare data annotation on it, right? Same way, let's do the same thing for login DTO also, because we want to have the username, and username will follow all the data annotations that are there in the email, because we are using email as username. So this guy is required. It should be of maximum 128 characters, and it should match this regular expression, but we'll say enter a valid username. Okay, and then the password, let's go ahead and copy these for the password like so. So it would be minimum 8 and maximum 32 with data type of password, right? So the next thing that we want to do is we'll implement pages for register and login here in the front-end application in the subsequent videos. So that's it for this video. Thank you so much for joining me today. If you found this video helpful and learned something, don't forget to hit the like button and share it with your friends. If you haven't already subscribed to my channel, hit the subscribe button below. Your support means a lot to me. This encourages me to invest more time and create more valuable content for you. Remember to click the notification bell so you never miss an update on future videos. In the comment section below, please let me know what you learned from today's video. What was your favorite part? If you have any questions on today's topic or suggestions for future videos, feel free to drop them in the comments. I read and respond to as many comments as I can. To watch more videos on the same topic, check out the playlist or visit the channel. Thank you so much for your time. Keep learning.